You're listening to The Dark Mage of Rhudaur, a Middle-earth role-playing, actual play podcast presented by Geek at Arms. Dawn breaks upon a land glittering with frost. Beyond the ridge to the south, you can see the smoke from early cook fires. The Dunlendings have apparently not yet broken camp, but there seem to be fewer fires than expected for the number of them that survived the battle. There's also a thin column of smoke rising from the chimney at Inari's Drift. Now that the time to send you out has arrived, Oswy seems less certain than he did the previous evening. I confess I have misgivings about asking you to do this. The Yfelwood is a fell place, and that magician seems like a dangerous foe, to say nothing of the troll that was with him. I wish I could send some men with you, but every sword is needed here, and anyway, I doubt any of them would be willing to enter the wood. This is the part where doubtless Mhutvak would have something to say, but he's not here. There's a young man who butts into the conversation. Pardon me, my lords, but if you need another spear, I'll go with you. It's the young man you saved at Thuan Boyd, Bagha. His injuries seem well healed, and he's now dressed in a light ringmail shirt. He's young, even for a human, but already you can see the shadows of grief in his eyes. I don't know if there's any hope of finding my family, but if so, it lies out there, not inside these walls. Will you have me?
Oh, yeah. We'll help. I mean, we'll try. Where did you last see your family?
Well, they were taken from me by the Dunmen when they attacked the village. I have no doubt that they're either still captives there, or perhaps the wizard took them for whatever foul purposes he would have for captives. But in any case, whatever it is that you need me to do, I'll go with you and lend you my spear.
And this is the place we're going anyways, right?
He's wanting to go anywhere there might be hope of finding his family. You were planning on heading into the woods to the east. The Dunlendings their war camp was to the south, but it's possible that the townsfolk might be in either location.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So he'll go with you.
Okay, gotcha. What was his name again?
Bagha.
Okay. I tell him to stick by me. Try to look very wizardly. I tip my hat to him in a reassuring manner.
He seems a little bit in awe of you. He was in the battle and saw what you could do.
All right, a groupie.
Maybe slightly frightened.
I boil liquid on his drink, and she's like, "You want some tea?" I do that later at some point.
Right. When you stop to camp.
Yeah.
Right. So as you leave the gates of the Tirthon, you see someone standing on that southern ridge. It's hard to tell at this distance, but if he's a lookout, it's certain that he's marked your emergence. The tree line is close at hand, though, and very quickly he's out of sight. So let's move you over to a new map.
Yay.
All right, so you are starting down here in the lower left corner at the Tirthon, and we're going to do a little hex crawling.
Oh, this never goes well.
Do you see a red line on that map?
Right now?
No.
Yeah, okay,
No.
good. So you're starting in that first hex. The last you saw Ethacali, he was heading into the woods, which is the kind of textured outline you can see there. The black lines are hillside.
So we're right there, right?
Yep.
The black lines are hillside. Okay, so that's as far as we can see?
Yep.
You know what's there? Because this is the woods, right?
Right, that's the Yfelwood where nobody has explored.
Yeah, I think that's where we're supposed to go.
And so then at this point, I need to know a little bit about your marching order. Man, we need the ranger.
Yeah, as I was going to say, I think Mhenuk would be the best in the front.
Mhutvak, actually.
Mhutvak, well, probably
either one of them, really.
Really, both of them. And then, me and Glock at the back. Okay, this is going to sound weird. How about we put Bagha in the front?
Okay, cannon fodder in the front, sure.
No,
assume that Mhutvak and Mhenuk are here. So Mhutvak is going to be taking point because he's the tracker. I assume that you're going to be trying to track Ethacali.
That's the plan.
And Can I just be walking with a spell ready and just have one set, or does it have to be like I'm actively ready to do it?
Trying to keep one ready to go at a moment's notice is really, really difficult.
Okay, so I'm not doing it.
Yeah, you'll be like tripping over stuff all the time because that requires some concentration to hold it ready.
Okay.
I can give you like 1 round of preparation at all times, not the full rounds, full 4 rounds.
And there won't be any side effects. Like, is this like a casual thing he can do?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, you're keeping your hands free and your nothing in your mouth or whatever, so you can chant or whatever it is that you need to do to cast your spell.
Huh, okay.
So I'm okay with that, but not the full 4 rounds of preparation.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, I want to do that.
Okay. What spell is it that you want to keep on hand?
I'm gonna do sleep.
Okay.
Yeah, the highest level sleep. Sleep 7.
Sleep 7. Okay. So you've got Mhutvak out in front. Are you walking in a line or like 2 abreast? How are you arranged?
I think a line sounds better.
Okay, then who's second?
I'm thinking we should probably put Mhenuk in the back, though, then, just
Okay.
for that sake.
We are kind of the cream of the Oreo. Yeah, I'm gonna be like second, along with the kid.
Okay.
Then me, I guess, and the Mhenuk.
So Bagha and Glock side by side. And I need to get Aradion on my map here. And then Mhenuk. Okay. And are you keeping any particular distance between you all or pretty close?
Yeah, pretty close. Maybe like 3 feet. Yeah, for sure. Maybe 6. Just casual. Within close distance.
All right. About 6 feet.
Yeah.
All right. So I will go ahead and make a tracking roll for Mhutvak since he's not here to do so. Unless he is here and still just can't speak. Doesn't look like it. He did not roll well. All right. So that being the case, you are in the first hex here still. And you haven't gone very far. You're just a couple 100 yards under the eaves of the woods when you come across the corpses of 2 men. By their clothing and gear, they were warriors. It looks like they were probably some of the hillmen from the area, but they seem really thin.
Yeah, okay. I guess we're looking over the body.
Okay. As you take a closer look, the bodies appear to be withered with the frail appearance of old men, but their skin shows little sign of aging. It's like their vitality was simply drained away, and there are no signs of wounds on either of them.
Oh, so no wounds, age creep. Okay, that's not good. Okay, well, we try to... They look like locals, right? Or
yes.
Summoners? Okay. I check their pockets for stuff their family might want.
All right. You find like a stone disc that's got a painted horse on it in one of their pouches, and about let's say about 12 brass pieces.
Okay.
And then, of course, they've got their spears and their weebs. Actually, no, these aren't Dunlendings. They don't have weebs. They've just got spears and daggers. Pretty crudely made, but serviceable.
What was the circle stone?
It's about palm-sized. It's a flat stone that's got a horse painted on it in green.
Okay, I throw that in my bag.
All right. It doesn't weigh anything appreciable, so it's not going to encumber you or anything. You don't really have any idea which way Ethacali and the troll went. You see no signs of their trail. All you know is that they went eastward into the forest. So which direction do you want to go from here? Or do you want to do anything else with these hillmen? Glock already turned out their pockets.
Which way is east? That way? I mean, due east, we're staying outside the forest, right?
You can still be in the eaves of it.
I think we should just dive in.
So northeast?
How dry does this forest look?
How what?
Does this look like forest fire level forest?
Well, it's winter. It's midwinter time, so The deciduous portions of it are pretty well dry, but there's a healthy number of conifers also. So let's reveal this hex.
I'm not going to start a forest fire then. It never seems to work in fantasy movies, despite how easy it works in California.
All right, and how are you moving? Are you taking your time? Are you trying to move quickly? Are you being sneaky?
I think we're doing like steady. Like we're not moving ridiculously cautiously, but we're moving like a steady pace that's easy to go at, keeps us looking around.
All right. In that case, it takes you about 4 hours to traverse a hex.
Okay.
So this takes us into late morning, and you're walking through this kind of wide gully and a little bit of a clearing, and you start hearing this sound. It sounds like almost crying, but it's a very low and large voice. It seems to be coming from some trees up ahead.
As a wizard, I feel like I would know what kind of stuff might be out here, right?
Well, you know that whatever it is probably larger than normal, and if it's out here in the woods, a very good chance that it's not friendly.
Ooh, who's our burglar?
Mhenuk is the closest thing that you would have.
Mhenuk, I'm like, Mhenuk, you need to go sneak ahead and see what we can see, but don't engage. Come back. Go get eaten.
All right. Well, then I will make a stalk roll for Mhenuk.
Stock roll. That would have been useful in college.
I am going to decline to wonder what you mean by that.
when you play assassin.
Oh, not for when you're trying to get a date?
No, that's a survival roll.
Let's see, 99. And this is going to be medium probably. So 80%. He moves forward a little bit and sees what there is to see and then comes back to you. When he gets back, he says, "Guys, there's a troll up there. A kind of a big one. It's bleeding and it's crying, but it's definitely a troll."
That's strange. Are forest trolls nice people?
In your experience, not generally, no.
So he just heard crying and nothing else.
Yep.
Just pay back for the troll I gave you that one time. So I'm going to tell you right now, this is a very different party than that.
Yeah, and this is also a very different troll than that, so keep that in mind.
I don't trust this troll.
They are not often trustworthy.
That part was in character.
Oh. So you know that there's a troll up ahead. It apparently has not detected you yet.
So we can just go around this thing.
Yes, if you would like to avoid the encounter, you may attempt to sneak past it.
What are you thinking, Elfman?
I do not trust the troll.
That's a given.
I agree with trying to go around him, maybe for the better.
Okay, let's do that then.
Okay.
Give him like a wide berth.
Yeah.
Everybody needs to make a stock roll, but it can be at plus 20. Actually, make it plus 30 to totally overcome the minus 25 from not having skill.
Here we go.
Okay, 68 and 53, and it sounds like we got John back again, maybe?
Yes.
Excellent. They have elected to try and go around the crying forest troll.
Okay.
So I would like a stalk and hide roll from you.
Yes. All right.
All right. And is there anything that any of you want to do to try and supplement your ability to move quietly or stay out of sight?
Got kicked there.
No.
Okay. In that case, the lowest score is a 53 for the elf, ironically.
Yeah.
And Let's see. Static maneuver table says... No, I need a moving maneuver table. Says that gives us a 20% chance that the troll will notice you. Or a 20% chance that he won't notice you. And I did a very bad roll, so... Which direction did you try to go to get around him?
Don't like to laugh.
Yeah, I was kind of feeling the left as well.
Yep, left.
All right. So I will say that you all got to about here-ish when you hear a really big, what smell? What's that smell? And the troll lumbers out into view. And it says, tower rats. Tower rats killed Burgie.
Burgie, okay. Does that sound like a troll name?
Yeah,
Oh,
like a baby troll.
Tower rats. Okay. Tough luck.
Okay, so he didn't see us.
Oh, he did. He's looking right at you. He sees you.
Oh, okay.
You're the tower rats.
Oh, great.
Yeah,
Where did Mhenuk go? Oh, there he is.
that's you.
So Mhenuk's going to get out his bola and prepare to throw it. Who's next slowest in the initiative?
Let's see. So the Glock.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry. Yeah, so the Mhenuk NPCs and the Glock.
Oh, NPCs?
Yes.
Okay, so Bagha's going to step up next to Glock, and he's got his spear ready, but he's looking really nervous at you dwarves. Like, is this okay? Is this what we're supposed to do? Are we going to fight? And then Glock, what are you going to do?
Do I think sleep would work on this thing, or is it like obvious that it wouldn't?
Give me an open-ended roll and add your intelligence total bonus to it.
Gotta figure out if I have intelligence. With the 15? Okay. Okay,
97 total. You think that your most powerful sleep spell might work on it, but you're not 100% sure.
Maybe 97% sure.
Okay.
With about half a minute of thinking about it, you might be able to make another evaluation. But if you wait that long, you might be in the troll's belly.
Okay. Then I'm going to try something else. Start readying wildfire.
Okay. Preparing wall of fire, then.
Fire.
Talking, by the way, is still an option at this point. Combat has not yet begun.
Oh, then I go, so he knows where we are, right?
Yes, he is looking right at you.
I say that name and I say, oh, you do him too?
Burgie.
Burgie.
I know you knew him. You kill him. I saw him die with tower rat arrows in him.
Oh, no, we found him later and healed him up. Yeah. He's not back in the woods yet, but he's doing okay. He just left too early.
Who's next in the initiative order?
That would be me.
Okay, what are you planning on doing?
Knocking an arrow.
Okay, are you going to shoot or are you just loading?
I'm loading.
Okay. And then Aradion, what are you planning?
Yeah, that sounds like a fantastic idea to shoot.
So you're planning to fire?
Yes.
Okay. The troll seems quite enraged by Glock's bald-faced lie, and it is going to charge.
Weird.
See, he is 42 feet from the nearest of you. So he will reach you, but won't be able to attack. So anybody who is shooting bows may shoot now. Actually, Glock is preparing a spell. Wall of Fire doesn't actually require a roll. So you could just go ahead and cast it.
Can I cast it like where he is?
He is within the range, yeah.
Okay,
It's 100 feet, right?
If I can, I want to do it like it's a 6-inch wall. Okay, yeah, I want to do it like so. It has to have something it's touching. I want to do it like against maybe this tree so it extends and gets at least past him by like a foot, and it's just kind of he's running into it. And it's
All
like
right, so it's like a
feet off the
10-foot
ground.
wall, right?
Oh,
It's 10 foot by 10 foot by something, if I remember right.
yeah, 10 foot by 10 foot by 6 inches.
All right, so yeah, if you put it against the tree, it won't quite reach him.
Oh yeah, then I just put it like right when he's about to stepping into it. I put it like
Okay.
in his path,
All right, so we'll put the wall of fire.
or maybe like right here where I know he's only gonna. Well, I'm not. My character Glock doesn't know that the world is turn based, so
Right. This area here, you're up on a little rise. So he'll probably have to come. Do you see the black line on this? I think
Yes.
that's. Oh, you do? Yeah. So he'll probably have to come a little bit south along that black line to climb up. So if you put it, like here, he'll probably run right through it.
well, I don't want probably. I want like.
Well, yeah, you'll pop it right when he's stepping into it. So.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's what I want to do then.
All right. So that casting will go during the movement tick. So right now, anybody who's shooting bows needs to shoot their bows. Aradion is the fastest, so
Yes.
you go first.
What modifier?
His defensive bonus is 10. So minus 10.
Oh, that's nice.
Trolls are big and stupid, so they're easy to hit.
I already know how. I already know the minimum a bow needs, so I know.
Unless you roll a 9.
Yes.
All right, so Aradion whizzes his arrow past. Mhutvak was just loading. He wasn't going to shoot. Bagha is holding his action. Mhenuk is throwing his bola. He's not very good at it. And Troll moves up to 65 feet. So yeah, he's going to get to about there and start to climb that thing. So he passes through the wall of fire and he takes, an A critical? I will look at the spell and find out. Yes, A heat critical. So Glock roll 1d100 to find out how much you do to him.
Right.
And we don't have Jacob here, so I will look at the combat tables.
Okay, 66.
Heat crit table. So he is blinded by hot smoke. He takes 12 hits and he's stunned 1 round.
Nice.
So Jacob, you're keeping track of hit points and everything, so
Yes.
mark that down.
Got it.
What level is the troll?
The troll is level 6.
6. Ooh, nice. So an A6 critical.
All right, so Klentu chatters at the troll and runs away. So next turn, Mhenuk is going to move over here, flanking the guy and try and hit him with his hammer eventually. Bagha is going to stab him with the spear. The troll is stunned, so he's going to parry. Mhutvak, what are you going to do?
Shoot.
Okay. And Aradion.
Shoot.
Okay. If you want to shoot this turn, you're going to be at minus 25 for reloading.
Yeah, that didn't go well last time. Let's just preload this turn.
Okay.
Shoot next turn.
You may still move 10 feet if you want to as a part of your action reloading or shooting.
Yeah, moving 10 feet further away from him.
I figured. All right, so
And Bryan, remind me real quick, Mhenuk was doing what?
Mhenuk is going to move forward and hit him with a hammer.
Okay.
So anybody doing missile weapon attacks may move and fire. So Mhutvak, you're the only one shooting.
Yes. And it's negative 10.
Yes. He is stunned, so it's actually plus 10.
Okay.
91 gives us... What kind of armor does his hide count as here? Rigid leather. 7 hits and an A critical.
Okay.
So that's 7 more hits to the troll. And the A critical... only a 2, so that's not going to do any additional.
Okay.
Right, and Aradion, you may move as part of your reloading action.
Boink.
Troll doesn't get to do anything Oh, I forgot to ask what Glock was planning to do this turn.
He's still. Did we already calculate that he takes more fire damage?
Not yet. I will calculate that in a moment. Actually, I should do that now because your spellcasting happens first. So roll a 1d100.
94.
Okay. Heat.
He's no longer stunned.
Knocked down by fiery blast. Any organic foot and calf covering destroyed. Plus 10 hits. So he is now prone for the next attacks. And plus 10 hits.
Did he take some hits? Or did you already say?
He took 10 hits.
So he's taken 29 so far.
And then
laying in the fire. Okay.
Right. And actually, what was your action? Because I forgot to ask you for it.
I feel like I don't actually need to do. Well, I should do something. Be smart. I ready a wall of cold.
All right. So then Bagha gets to attack. This guy is now knocked down in addition to stunned.
But he's knocked down into the wall of fire, right?
Yeah, but he's going to be getting up and getting out of it.
Oh, okay.
And his offensive bonus is 70, so he can parry with 35. 45 minus 20, 25. All right. Keeping track of all of this stuff is difficult in roll 20. Oh! Little Hillman for the win.
Wow.
Let's see. That is a two-handed weapons attack.
I'm happy we brought him along.
Well, you say that now.
40 hits and an E critical, plus the secondary critical. So let's see. You've got puncture and slash. So he hits him in the forearm, kind of a minor wound, and he doesn't get anything extra from the slash. But that was a big enough hit that he manages to slay the troll pretty much on his own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that means that he's the one who gets the experience points for the kill.
Yeah.
I convinced him to multi-class the mage.
And the fire slowly consumes the troll's body.
Oh, that's gotta smell bad.
Oh, yes. It is. Trolls smell bad to begin with. When you set them on fire, it does not improve. So you managed to get out of a fight with a troll without taking any damage. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I pat Bagha on the back.
He is looking very pleased with himself. He says, "Oh, that was amazing. That is the most amazing feeling I've ever had."
May it come often.
All right, so Mhutvak, if you would like to try and pick up the trail again, make a tracking roll.
Okay.
64. Okay, you're still not picking up any signs of Ethacali or his troll. You don't know. Maybe he didn't pass through this area. Maybe you're just not seeing it. Which direction do you want to head next?
Let's keep going northeast.
All right. And now it's getting on into afternoon. The weather has remained cold, but there's now a gentle snow starting to fall. You're traveling across pretty rough ground here. Well, actually, you're coming down out of the roughest ground into a little valley between these two lines of hills. Were any of you not here for... See, I know Glock was doing the interrogation. Greg, you were still doing your character generation stuff.
Yes.
So you may... Of course, you weren't there, so you wouldn't have heard what Terabel had to say.
My character wasn't there anyway.
Were you there, John?
Yes, it was.
Okay. Well, then I'm going to leave it up to your own recollections if you can remember what Terabel told you about Ethacali's lair. But you're not finding anything here. If you'd like to make another tracking roll to see if you can pick something up. 109. That might get us something. If you would like to make intelligence rolls,
Okay.
just open-ended rolls with your intelligence bonus. If you get high enough, I will be willing to repeat what Terabel said.
Oh.
Now, on the intelligence, is it under what's...
There's that open-ended roll button near the top of the character sheet, and then just add whatever your total bonus.
Total, okay.
Yeah. 174. I think that qualifies as a success. All right. Terabell told you that he has a lair somewhere in the woods to the east, maybe a bit north. There were orcs and trolls there, but none of them seemed to get along with one another. The lair seemed to be mostly caves, but there are some buildings above ground. The trees in the area are all dead, even though there's a river running through it. And when Ethacali brought them from his lair to the war camp, he flew them across a ravine, and there was a river at the bottom. And then the Dunlanding war camp was to the south of the Turthon. Those are the pieces of information that she had. The tracking maneuver, 109. It says you may try again after 3 rounds of contemplation, but I'll just go ahead and tell you that there doesn't seem to be any signs that anything other than animals has passed this way.
Okay.
You have time to move into one more hex before nightfall.
Okay. Let's go northeast.
Okay, northeast again.
Right there? Okay.
All right, you're still moving along these mountains. It's getting pretty chilly, but the snow hasn't increased. As the sun goes down, it gets colder and colder.
Where we are, do we have some protection from the wind?
Yeah, you can pretty easily find like a fold in the hills. This is pretty rough and rocky area. I mean, it's easy to find like clefts in the rocks where you can take shelter and make it a lot easier to set up camp. And you've got plenty of dry wood because the deciduous stuff is all dormant. Up ahead in the woods, there's kind of a flat area coming up ahead, and the trees are rustling and moving around, and you hear some grunting.
Gentlemen, do you hear what I hear?
I do. Okay.
He thinks we have another troll to deal with.
Perhaps more than one this time, so we could all have some fun and eyeball
Fun?
Bagha.
And I roll my eyes.
Sounds like there's more than one of whatever it is, right?
Based on the number of trees that are moving around, probably so.
Okay.
Do we need a perception roll to find out exactly where it's coming from?
Not to figure out where it's coming from, because you can pretty well clearly see the trees moving. But if you would like, you can make a perception roll to try and gather more information about it before you approach.
I would like to try.
Okay. No modifiers. All right. You don't really you can't tell what it is from this distance. You'd have to get closer. Maybe actually see it.
All right.
Sounds like the
Who's the best sneaker?
Probably Mhenuk again.
Okay. So I'll ask Mhenuk if he would recon for us.
All right.
Aye, brother, would you recon for us and see what's there?
Okay. He creeps forward as best he can. He is not as sneaky as he would like to be. What does my maneuver table say about a 57? It says a 40% chance of remaining undiscovered. He steps on a stick and it breaks, and he freezes in place, but the sounds don't change. And he creeps forward a little further and gets behind a tree and peeks around it. You see his shoulders kind of go up and down a little bit. It looks like he's laughing. And he comes back to you a lot less carefully than he did before. It says, it's just a bunch of cows.
Great.
So you've got a group of aurochs. These are large, shaggy cattle. And you know from moving around in this vicinity lately that most of them are domesticated or semi-domesticated. They're the main herd animal in this area. There doesn't seem to be any sign of a shepherd or anything taking care of them, though. And they're rooting around for forage and rubbing the bark off of the trees with their, I keep wanting to say antlers, but they're not antlers. Horns.
Yes. I was sitting there going, what is the other word we're looking for?
Could have looked at his character sheet. It's got that on there.
Yeah. Bryan, is there any way that we could use any other senses for environmental possibilities?
Meaning what? Like smell?
Could we smell something?
Well, yeah. You smell that kind of animal musk smell from the aurochs. They're as far as you can tell, they're normal animals. They're not shape-shifted trolls or anything like that.
Right. So I'm going to ask the guys real quick. Brothers, what do you think these guys are doing here by themselves? Where's their shepherd?
I'm assuming it's up to no good. I mean, who is stable enough in this evil forest to be farming unless it's a bad guy?
Well, good question.
You do know, by the way, that the bull aurochs will tend to be a little bit aggressive in defending their herd. There is one bull and 5 cows here.
Does he sense us?
Yeah, because Mhenuk wasn't terribly careful in coming back to you, they're aware that there are people nearby, but it doesn't seem to bother them yet.
Okay.
But if you were to try and slaughter one of them for food or something, he might take exception to that.
I would do take exception to that.
It is, by the way, pretty close to nightfall now, so you should probably be looking around for someplace to camp.
Okay.
Whether or not you want to do that close to the cattle is up to you.
Yeah, we want to be further from
Yeah.
this.
Okay. So what if we look to the northwest of us for a crevasse?
Okay. Make another tracking roll. We'll see.
Okay.
Let that serve for searching around in the wilderness. And give yourself a plus 20 on this one because it's not terribly difficult.
Okay. Ooh.
121. Nice. Yeah, you find a very suitable and somewhat defensible location. Climb up into some rocks, and there's this L-shaped crevice that you can get into, and it's got a nice natural chimney that'll pull wood smoke up away so that it's not in your face and choking you out. It's wide enough that you can move around in it freely, but narrow enough that the aurochs probably aren't going to wander in and try and step on you or anything. So then what is your plan for the evening?
What provisions did we bring with us, guys?
Provisions.
I'm assuming that you supplied yourselves amply from the Turthon stores.
I sure hope so.
So whatever is reasonable that you want to have, assume that you have it.
Okay. Who's our cook?
Well, that's a good question. None of you took cookery.
Nope.
How about what's his name? I keep forgetting his name. Did Bagha happen to apprentice in the kitchen?
Let me take a look at his character sheet and see what he has. I did not fill out his skills, so he knows basically how to cook peasant food. He can make a nice stew. It won't taste great, but it'll be filling.
Hey, peasants can't be choosers.
It's true.
So yeah, let's do some bread and stew. You guys up for that?
Maybe if you can do some potatoes and mash them and bash them.
Stick them in the stew? Okay, I got you.
As long as Bagha's nickname isn't the Rock, I think we're fine.
You're really quiet, Greg.
Sorry, I was turned for a second. As long as Bagha's nickname isn't the Rock, we're fine, because then everybody's going to smell what he's cooking.
Oh, great. Wow.
So this is kind of what we've got here. Give some contour lines for it.
Wait a minute. Is this a Rorschach test?
Yes. What do you see?
All I ever see in those are butterflies.
If you see a butterfly on this map, I am kind of amazed.
I'm seeing licorice.
Roughly campsite area. Aurochs are off that direction. You've got lots more mountain up to the north there. And there's trees all around here, and some of them growing up on top of these mesas.
And about where are we?
Where do you want to be? I guess I should give you some tokens, huh?
Yeah, I was thinking somewhere here. If you can see me clicking.
I cannot. You have to kind of hold the button down, and it'll. There it is. Well, I saw somebody anyway.
Yeah, that was me.
Let's see, Mhutvak, Aradion, Glock, Clentu, Mhenuk, and Bagha, wherever he went.
What do you think, guys? Good place?
Oh, yeah, this seems fine.
So your campfire is Kirish. Whoops.
Yeah.
Wrong color. Campfire.
Nice.
Nice. These are the special effects I'm here for.
What about watches?
We definitely need someone, southeast and west.
So you don't want two people awake at all times?
What do you think, guys?
See, there's how many of us? 1, 2, 3, 4. There's just 5 of us, plus the animal.
Yep.
I don't think we can do... Well, I mean, we're in a hostile situation. Would we still get our full rest if we sleep through the night? If we do
At this time of year, sunset to sunrise is about 14 hours. So I don't know the math on that. If everybody takes a 8-hour rest, 14 minus 8 is 6. So you'd have 6 hours of alert time times 5 people. You've got a total of 30 hours. So yeah, you could probably do two people on watch at a time.
Okay, I think that's good.
Especially since Aradion doesn't require as much sleep. He actually doesn't sleep, he just meditates.
Oh, okay.
I think that's how it works in Middle-earth. I have to look that up now.
I know that's how it works in D&D.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure that D&D just stole it from from Legolas. That's what they generally do.
I don't know what you're talking about. They're not hobbits. They're halflings.
Right. No, there's a perfectly reasonable reason why dwarves always hate elves. It has nothing to do with Lord of the Rings.
Just wait till they need to be tossed.
Elf.
Tosses the dwarf. So, Aradion, would you prefer Western Watch or Southern Watch?
I'll take Southern.
Okay. Glock, I'm going to take First Watch for the West.
All right. That sounds good. I'll take last watch.
I'm going to ask you to repeat that in a few moments because I'm looking something up. Yeah, elves do not need sleep. Instead, they receive rest through meditation involving memories, past events that recall with remarkable vividness. They go into this trance state approximately 2 hours each day, although they can function many days with little or no relief. However, when they're in the meditative state, elves are extremely difficult to awaken. They arise at a point previously decided. So then, who's on first watch?
I am West Watch, and Aradion is taking First South Watch.
Okay.
Aradion?
I'm sorry, Radian.
Aragon dead. Aragon's the Era Ghost. I know
Correct.
that joke, but still.
No offense, man.
All right, and then second watch. Let's see, so we're 6 to midnight, and then midnight to 6 a.m., and then you got another 3 hours beyond that. So who's taking that midnight to 6?
I can do that.
And I
And
think
who
I'm
else?
good for this one, so I only need to sleep for one of them, so I'll just sleep for the last one, and 2 others can keep that one.
All right, so you're sleeping during the third watch?
Yeah.
Okay.
Meditating.
So, right, meditating. And so then that leaves us with Bagha and Mhenuk for third watch. Oh, good. The NPCs together. Well, the elf is impossible to awaken.
Yeah, well, when it's my time, I'll just step over here and meditate for a few hours.
Everybody make perception rolls for your respective watches.
So I got 2 of them.
Any modifier?
Nope.
Here's my first one and my second one. So first watch, we're really
170.
perceptive. Second watch, we aren't.
And then I guess I roll for Bagha and Mhenuk. Perception 70 and a 62. So as the sun goes down, the fire is crackling cheerfully, casting yellow and red light on the rocks, and it's reflecting through this little canyon area kind of pleasantly. Because of that, it's brighter than it would normally be for a fire of this size. You've managed to find some very dry wood, so it's not putting off very much smoke, but it is popping and crackling quite a bit, and it smells really nice because you found an old dead cedar tree, and so it's creating a very pleasant aroma to override the smell of those cattle nearby. The first watch passes fairly uneventfully. Aradion is greatly enjoying watching the sky. And then eventually Mhutvak starts to grow tired and he wakes up Glock for his shift.
Mm-hmm.
And at about 2 a.m., there is this sudden loud screech, just like bouncing off the walls of this canyon. And it's loud enough and startling enough that everybody wakes up.
Can we tell the direction?
You may make a perception roll to try and determine that. 91. You're pretty sure that it came from actually up above among the trees up here somewhere.
Oh, I start writing. It's nighttime still, right?
Yes, it is.
Oh, I start writing wildfire.
All right. Anybody else want to make perception rolls to try and determine any information about this?
I can try.
Yeah, I'll do it. 2 perception.
All right. I'm going to whisper this to Greg here. If I can.
Oh, just say it out loud.
Oh, okay.
Give him opportunity for role play here.
Yeah. I gotta figure out how to do something because I do have a question.
So you got Glock about to cast a spell. Bagha's got his spear out. He's looking real nervous, looking back and forth, trying to figure out what he's ready to fight.
There we go. I think I got that right. Yeah. Cool. Sweet, I did.
Well, I'm going to knock an arrow.
Oh, okay. I turned to Glock, because I'm pretty sure I can tell what spell he's getting ready to cast, because I just watched him cast it earlier today. You might want to try a different spell. I don't think that's going to help much in this fight.
And Bagha's eyes get really wide.
I think the fire we have here is just the right size.
I go, no. You can never have big enough fire.
We don't want to scare it away.
And I don't glow with like light while I'm reading this, right?
No. Magic in Middle Earth is usually pretty subtle. You'd make a big, for something that is big as Wall of Fire, you'd make a big gesture and then the fire would spring up. But other than that, there's no other special effects.
Okay.
Speaking of.
Solid.
Are you going to keep stringing them along, Greg?
I'll turn to Mhutvak. You may want to save your arrow.
Okay. I will lower my bow and quiver my arrow.
I still have about 4 hours left on my watch, so I can't just go to bed.
Are you going to tell them what it was, or are you just going to...
They're good.
Okay. The elf infuriatingly looks like he knows exactly what's going on, but refuses to tell anybody.
Not my fault they don't know.
How many tables do we have for torture?
Does everybody go back to bed?
No.
Or do you want to go try
I'm
and
going to
find
walk
it?
that way. Well, actually, no, I'm not. I know I'm not. It's a terrible idea.
So what did Glock get with that 103 perception?
That's a good question. I should
He
look
might
that
have known
up because he
already.
might know too. You think about it, there's something funny about all this because the elf is certainly seeming smug. After a little bit of thought, you can try your perception roll again.
I can?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Actually, so can Mhutvak, because you're just barely on the cusp of near success.
Okay. No.
Mhutvak, you just, I have no idea what that was. You give up. But Glock, there's still something that's kind of bugging you about it. If you want to give it another try.
Yeah. Oh, is it the cows?
No, cows do not make that sound. No, maybe it'll come to you while you're sleeping. You're not sure, but the elf doesn't seem to think it's a danger.
Okay.
Okay.
You go back to sleep. Bagha and Mhenuk eventually take their turn while Aradion meditates. And it seems like you haven't really gotten to sleep very long at all when suddenly these two guys are shaking your shoulders, waking you up. Guys, there's there's trolls. And
Right.
a little bit of listening, and you can sure enough hear the deep voices of two trolls. And one of them says, smell something. We can eat cows. Cows taste good, but there's something else, not cows, like, smell smoke. Cows don't make smoke. Think there are men here?
So are we awake?
You are definitely awake. You got plenty of time to get yourselves accoutred if you want to do something about this. Let's see.
I'm going to look at Glock and go, I don't think they have a cave troll.
So was this during final watch or still during that second watch?
This is during the final watch. You
Cool.
are meditating and cannot be woken.
Yep, sounds good. Perfect time for me to have been away for a few
I'm going to
minutes.
say that this is right near the end of your meditation period. So if these people get in a fight, you will wake up and be able to help them.
Good.
Well, I mean, we don't know about that now.
Well, yeah. That's assuming I'm useful in combat.
Well, useful. Just kidding.
Maybe they're in rocks.
So since these are stone trolls, what did I say about having them cook?
Cook?
Yeah, because aren't they rocks?
I'm not understanding.
I'm not following.
We'd smell what they're cooking.
Oh.
I made the joke earlier.
Yes, you did.
Glock, being a wise guy, you know that these are among the varieties of troll that cannot operate during the day. If the light of the sun touches them, they will turn to stone.
Okay.
You've got about 2 hours till dawn.
Okay. Long enough. Okay.
I say at this point we backtrack up west, guys.
Yeah, we're going to do that.
All right. If you intend to attempt a withdrawal, you must make a stalk roll.
Okay, let's do it.
And this will be contested by their perception rolls. Let's see. And I need to remember what the hotkey is to roll. Actually, I'll just roll dice on my table. All right. You do have the problem that Aradion is not awake yet and cannot be roused.
I think he's in a okay spot.
All right.
That's why I put myself there. I was hoping you'd be the furthest away.
Well, and here's where I'm thinking, Bryan, is we're going is right about here if we can.
Okay.
Kind of towards the mouth of this area right there.
And I'll roll for Mhenuk and Bagha. Actually, no, I don't want to handicap you with them since Glock is already handicapping you. So they get to move silently automatically, being NPCs. But Glock trips over a rock. And there's a clatter of stone, and you hear one of the trolls' booming voices bouncing off these rock walls. You hear that? Something back there. Go find it.
Let's just keep going.
Well,
how thick is this area right here? Like 10 feet?
Which area?
Right there where Mhenuk is.
That's about
Mhenuk.
6.5 feet.
Okay.
so I'm going to motion for Mhenuk to move behind me,
Okay, so he'll do that.
and I'm going to knock an arrow.
And you see in the dark that one of the trolls has entered this area and sees the dying embers of the fire. So are you going to shoot this turn?
Can I perceive on whether he sees Aradion?
It's not acting like it sees any people yet. It's seen the fire, obviously. But Aradion is kind of in the shadows behind the fire, so he may not be very visible.
Okay. I'm going to need Glock to get over beside me, and I'm going to keep that arrow knocked.
Are you holding the action, ready to fire when the troll does something?
Holding to ready.
Okay. Mhenuk is what's he got? He's got his net. And at this range, he's gonna attempt a net attack. And he's gonna do the same. He's gonna wait until it looks like the troll's seen somebody and then try to protect using the net attack. The troll is going to move forward toward the fire. And as soon as it comes around this little bend, it's probably going to see your little band, because trolls do see in the dark. Glock, what are you going to do?
I'm rating a wall of fire.
Okay, another good choice. You've slept enough. Your power points have regenerated, so
Right.
you've got a full load again.
So
All
I'm
right.
readying it and moving to go this way.
And are you going to cast as an opportunity when the troll does something in particular, or just hold on to it?
If everybody gets here, I want to
You want to put it across
cast
that?
it here as like just block off the passage.
Okay. So
Or
this troll,
would they be able to get around, or this is the dead end as far as we can tell?
yeah, if you put it across that, they won't be able to get around it without climbing up these rock walls, which they can probably do, but it's not going to be their first inclination because it's pretty steep and it's pretty high. It's probably like 15 feet.
And my wall will go 10 feet up. So
Right.
if they slip. Okay.
So he gets to about here and then bellows and shouts, "Elf! I see elf!" Or is that going to set you off, Mhutvak?
Yes.
All right, take your shot.
All right. What's my mod?
His defensive bonus is 15.
That's a negative 15, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Ooh, too bad.
Yeah.
If I recall correctly, the minimum or the minimum needed is like 74. But let me call up that combat table. 71. So that's a miss. But Mhenuk gets his opportunity with his net. 75. And these guys are rigid leather again. So that's a nothing. So the net flies wide and doesn't hit it. The troll's head jerks around. He says, "Ooh, dwarves." All right, so that was the ambush round. Next turn. Mhenuk gets first move. He's already thrown his net, so next he's going to try his bola. And then is it NPCs next?
Yes.
All right. Bagha is going to throw his club. And the trolls are both going to move toward you. course, one of them is pretty far away, so he won't be able to get there probably. And what is Glock going to do?
Wait, is the elf still there?
Yep, he's still over there. The troll seems to be ignoring him at the moment.
Why is he doing that?
Why is he ignoring him, or why is he still over there?
Why is he still over there?
Because he's meditating and you can't wake him up.
Wait, we can't. Whale.
He'll wake up shortly.
Yeah, when he gets back to the desk.
Right. Yeah, he ought to be more careful about that. And the only time we get we get kills when people aren't present.
Yeah.
I was about to say the only time, but that's not the only time.
That's not true. Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, I'm just holding it and waiting for...
You got to wait until he steps into that space?
Yeah, well, I wait for that or for the elf to come. I feel like I'm basically shutting the airlock. Bad killing Greg's guy 2 sessions in a row.
Well, there was a session in between.
Barely.
All right, so then Mhutvak, what are you doing?
Yes. Knocking an arrow.
Okay, reloading.
Yes.
All right, so then spell casting first. Nobody's actually doing that. Mhenuk is throwing his bola unsuccessfully, but at least he didn't fumble it. And Bagha is throwing a club. Dang, this guy is good. 124.
Wow. It's a D critical, right?
Well, a D critical is the maximum result for this weapon.
Oh, okay.
So it's actually 17 hits and a C critical. Unfortunately, his critical roll was very low. These guys have a lot of hits. And I have too many charts open. I said 17?
Yes.
17 hits to that triple?
Yep.
Okay.
And a C critical, I think, is what you said.
Yes. And so the C critical on a 7 is going to be not very much. Crush critical table. +5 hits and -5 to activity. Remind me of that -5, Jacob, when it comes time.
-5 to activity. And how many more hits was it?
5. All right. So then that was missile weapons. Everybody's done with that. Next is melee. Nobody's doing that. And then movement. And they can move 50. So he can get all the way up into here, ready to hit Mhutvak. It's a bit of a squeeze through that area. Do you want to cast your spell at this point, Glock?
Right as he comes through?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Wall of fire. Whoosh. Wait, I have special effects. Whoa, that was too wide. All right. So then, oops. Still got the fire tool. Give me a 1d100 roll for your heat critical.
24.
24 is not going to do much, but he gets him another 3 hits, and you'll get to roll it again next turn.
Right, so he's taking 25 so far.
All right. So then next round begins. Mhenuk is going to step up next to Mhutvak and hit him with a hammer. Who's next?
NPCs.
All right. Troll is going to bellow and smack whoever is closest, which is Mhutvak. He is not bright enough to step out of the fire. His buddy is going to come up behind him and wish that he could get through. They are both ignoring the elf for the time being. Bagha, because he's got a spear, he's going to step up kind of behind and between Mhutvak and Mhenuk and stab between you with the spear. Mhutvak, what do you plan to do?
If he's that close, don't think I'm going to be able to hit him with an arrow, can I?
I don't think that there's a penalty to... Let me take a look at the missile attack weapon.
I'm concerned about distance.
There's no penalty for shooting a missile weapon at somebody who's really close, except that you won't have the benefit of your shield or the ability to parry if he decides to hit you, which he's going to try.
Yeah. So my decision...
You can, however, move 10 feet backward and fire from that position.
Okay, I will take that advice and go with it.
Okay. And Glock, what are you going to do?
I am going to start charging up. I guess wall of fire again.
Okay. And again, because this doesn't have... Wall of fire doesn't require a resistance roll or anything like that. You don't have to make a roll to cast it. You can cast it immediately if you want.
Okay, question. So I have that bolt, electric bolt still, right?
Right.
What? I have literally no idea what level that would do. Oh, I guess, is that actually useful?
Well, it does a similar critical to the... Actually, let me take a look at the bolt spells attack table. The maximum result for shock bolts is going to get you B criticals, but there is a chance that you'll miss or fail the spell casting. So it's not a guaranteed hit like the fireball.
Okay, guaranteed hit that can't fail. Okay, then I want to... No, I don't want to cast anything. Okay, I'm just
What's the duration on your firewall?
That is, I believe, several hours. Maybe I'm wrong.
I do not believe it's several hours, no. Maybe Earth Wall is several hours. Wall of Fire is 1 round per level. Oh, and you have to concentrate on it to maintain it.
Oh, okay.
So you can't cast another spell as long as the Wall of Fire
is up. Just keeping that up. That's what I'm doing.
Okay. So it has been on for 1 turn. So I'm just going to put a little 1 there. Okay, so then Aradion.
Yes.
You wake up, come out of your meditation, and there's trolls here. 2 big, ugly trolls. And there's a wall of fire between you and all of your friends. What do you intend to do?
Are the trolls looking at me, or can I just see them and they seem to be ignoring me?
They don't appear to be paying any attention to you right now, but you're pretty sure that they couldn't have walked through here without seeing you.
It seems like a good time to grab my bow and knock an arrow. Because they're not paying attention to me, but they have to know I'm here, so I'm not running away probably very easily.
You could, if you want, attempt to climb this rock wall behind you. It'll be a... let me take a look at my moving maneuver tables.
A climb roll?
Well, yeah, it'd be a climb roll. I'm going to say it's a hard climb roll because you've got trolls here.
Actually, yeah, let's do that instead, because that would give me a much better vantage point to shoot from once I get up top.
Okay, so movement happens last. Spell effects happen first, so go ahead and give me another 1d100, please, Glock.
1d100, all right. 85.
Knocked down by fiery blast, plus 10 hits.
And knocked down. I'm not sure how useful that is, but it's knocked down.
Well, it means that anybody who's going to be attacking him is going to get a nice bonus for it.
Thank you, Glock.
And he's got a -5 to activity.
Right. Thanks for the reminder. All right, he was going to attack somebody, but because he's been knocked down, he won't be able to do that. Missile weapons next. So, Mhutvak, take your shot.
Yes, take my shot.
And this time, because he is prone, you get a +5 on your attack. There we go.
Yeah.
All right. Missile weapons attack table versus rigid leather, 112. Means a 13 hits and a B critical.
What level are the trolls?
The trolls are level 7. And let's see, this is actually a large creature, so I should have been using a different critical table for, physical criticals for large creatures. And a B means that's a 90. Sever a vein in forelimb. So you put your arrow right through his forearm, plus 20 hits, stunned for 6 rounds, and then he dies.
Wow.
Wait, what?
So you put this arrow through a major artery in his arm, and there's just troll blood spurting out everywhere, catching on fire because of the wall of fire. His lower half is in flames, and he's just howling. And you think your eardrums are actually in danger of rupturing because he's making so much noise. And the other troll says, Joe, what wrong? And he runs up and he's like grabbing the other troll and smacking his head against the ground. So then Bagha and Mhenuk are going to make their attacks at this guy. So he's... there's another 15 on that because he's engaged with 2 people. So 154. One-handed concussion. Let's see if he breaks his hip again. 17, it's only going to be a 37. We'll see. Physical criticals against large creatures. What did I say? 37?
Yeah, 37.
Another 18 hits. So he gives him a good smack on the leg, but...
what type of crit was it?
It was an E critical. And go ahead and get Bagha his attempt here.
Wait, how many does the new troll have? Because the first troll's dead, right?
Well, he'll be dead in 6 turns, unless his friend bashes his head against the rock enough times to kill him before then.
Oh.
Look at that. Bagha. Yes.
Too many tables, two-handed weapons. 167 is another E critical and 40 hits. I think that's not quite enough to put him down. But we'll see what the E critical has to say. 61. There's too many stupid tables everywhere. So, yeah. I'm going to go ahead and give that kill, however, to Mhutvak, because he was the one who actually put him out of commission.
Thank you, sir.
It's on there.
Bagha just, batted cleanup.
Yeah, he's still stealing. He's an RPG player.
Yeah, allow you.
But he is feeling it. He sticks that spear into the guy's gut. The other troll, Joe, still bashing his head against the rock, even though his friend has gone limp. So then, Aradion, make your medium climb roll. Or no, did I say medium? I said hard.
Hard.
Yeah.
Is there a modifier that goes into it?
There is not, because that's taken care of by the table.
Sweet.
96. 70%. So you get most of the way up the cliff, but you're still a little bit of ways from the top. Next turn, second troll has realized that his friend is dead, and he's really mad now. So he's going to try and bull rush through Mhenuk and Bagha, paying no attention to the fact that there's still a wall of fire there. And he just doesn't care. But I guess Mhenuk is going to wait until he comes into range and smack him with a hammer. And Bagha is going to do the same, wait until he comes to range and stick him with a spear. Who's after the NPCs?
Glock.
Glock, are you maintaining your wall of fire or doing something else?
Wall of fire.
Okay. Mhutvak.
I am preparing to shoot.
Okay. Reloading then?
Yes.
Okay. And Aradion.
Finishing climbing up.
Okay. If you get over 100% on your climbing maneuver, I will allow you to. Well, you'd have to load your bow again because you can't climb with it ready to fire. But you'd be ready to fire the next turn.
Sounds good.
Okay. So Mhutvak is reloading. Aradion is climbing. Troll moves in. Let's get rid of this guy. Moves into the fire. So Glock, make your D100 roll.
Okay.
And this time I will use the correct
44.
8 hits on troll number 2.
Okay. And he took 8. He took 40 more hits last turn, and he took some more before that.
No, this is the second troll, the one who hadn't been injured yet.
Oh, he's not been injured at all.
Right.
Okay.
Troll number 2 has taken no damage. Well, now he's taken 8 hits.
Okay.
Bagha gets to stab him. Let's see, 15. That pretty well eliminates his defensive bonus. So, dang, Bagha.
I'm happy I don't have to keep track of his crits.
134. 32 hits and an E.
I think he drank some liquid luck before this.
Apparently so. 10, 20, 90, and 80, 102 means shatter shoulder and weapon arm plus 15 hits, stunned 3 rounds. Arm is quite useless. So 15 more hits.
Yeah, I think I need to go back to the original plan of having him in the front.
Yeah, I think maybe that was a good idea. The funny thing is he's only level 3.
Okay, so his arm's broken. He's stunned for a round.
He's stunned for 3 rounds.
Oh, 3 rounds.
Yep.
So he's just sitting in the fire for 3 rounds.
Well, he can still move and block and stuff, but he can't attack anymore. All right, so then he's stunned, so he can't do anything. So Mhenuk makes his attack.
Yes.
Now at plus 20 because of the stun.
Ooh.
101. One-handed concussion. Where did that table go? 10 hits and a B. All right, so his B, crush critical, 75, makes it 65. Staggered by strong blast, plus 20 hits, minus 10, and stunned for 2 rounds.
20 hits? How many more rounds was that stunned?
2 more rounds.
Okay. 4 more total. Okay.
And now, Aradion, you may finish your climb maneuver. 95. 60, so that puts you at 130%. So yeah, you may fire next turn.
Yay.
And put yourself up on top of that hill. All right, next turn. Troll being slowed down. I'm going to declare his action first. He's going to attempt to run away. So then next slowest is Mhenuk, who is going to decline to run through the wall of fire, as will Bagha. And then is it Mhutvak or Glock next?
It is Glock.
Okay, Glock, what are you going to do?
Ooh. I guess I'll let go of the wall of fire.
Okay, you going to do anything else? That doesn't require an action.
We'll ready another wall of fire just in case.
Okay, and Mhutvak.
I'm going to shoot.
Okay, and Aradion.
I'm going to shoot.
Okay, so Glock is just preparing a wall of fire. His previous wall of fire is now gone. So that makes it missile weapons. So Aradion is fastest, so he goes first.
What modifier?
Let's see, he's stunned. Let's see, where is my missile weapons attack table?
I'm also way up high above him.
Right. I'll count that as a flank attack. No, actually, it's a flank attack anyway, so I'll give you a bonus plus 15. So his DB is 15, so that eliminates that. So it makes it plus 35.
Well, I shout down, it's over, troll. I have the high ground.
He doesn't get the joke.
Yes,
and
not.
try that again without the plus sign.
I didn't think I had the plus sign, but I might have done it for some weird, stupid reason. There we go.
140.
Okay, Greg.
Now we go. 23 hits and a D critical. And physical criticals for large creatures. Unfortunately, it was a fairly low critical roll, so it's merely another plus 18 hits.
Not shabby at all.
42 minus 8 is 40, minus 6 is 34.
There's 7 hits.
All right, Mhenuk, your turn. You this time...
Mhutvak.
Oh, yeah, sorry, Mhutvak.
Yeah, you're good.
You get the flank attack and the rear attack and the stun bonus. So 40, 55, minus his 15, so plus 40 to your attack.
Okay.
And that's a hit.
Yeah.
26 more hits and an E critical, which makes it additional 12, so a total of 38 hits. Troll goes face down with your arrow in the back of his head.
Yeah.
So give Mhutvak that level 7 kill.
2 level 7 kills for him.
Raise the roof, baby. Raise the roof.
All right, well, you're pretty worn out now. Unexpectedly having to fight a pair of stone trolls in the middle of the night. But you bed down and you finish out your night's rest, and we are now 10 minutes over time.
Oh.
So good job, everybody.
Yay.
Nobody
Hey.
died.
Nobody took damage.
No, yes, you're right. Nobody even took a hit.
Get Bagha. Come on.
Yeah, the random NPC that I put in there to show you how dire things are when he dies.
I mean, I think he was licking and kissing the dice.
Captain Kirk wishes he had red shirts like that.
Scotty was originally just like that. He just rolled really well.
Yeah, that's right.
I stand by. He gets to lead the party now.
So, Aradion, do you come on down with us?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not going to hang out here too long by myself.
Yeah, please don't.
That seems like a bad idea to me.
In the summertime, there's probably a nice breeze up there. Right now, it's bitingly cold, but you don't notice because you're an elf.
It's also really snowy, but it just seems like a higher cliff to me.
At this point, you've got about a little more than an inch of accumulation of snow, which is going to make it difficult to find tracks that were laid down before it began snowing. But if you happen to come across anybody who's been moving around since then, it'll make them really easy to follow.
Elf.
I suggest maybe you want to spend the rest of your nights camped, slightly upwind of where you currently are because burning troll. Did these guys have any loot? That's a good question.
Oh, that's a very good question.
Good idea.
Nothing on them. One of them was carrying a big tree branch, maybe even a small tree to use as a club. But you do know that trolls do have a tendency to hoard. So if you can find their lair somewhere nearby, there may be some loot there. But we can handle that next time when we're not over time. You've been listening to The Dark Mage of Rhudaur. This module and the Middle-earth role-playing system were published by Iron Crown Enterprises under license from Tolkien Enterprises. Music for this podcast was provided by Dark Fantasy Studio.